Seattle Seahawks completed their second to the last practice in preparation for Monday's game. Off the field, the team signed defensive tackle Quinton Bohanna to the practice squad, and then they waived cornerback Tyler Hall. Okay, so let's go. Got you, coach. Got you, coach.
Are both crazy talented backs, so I think we're really blessed to have both those guys. They're just different. I think, in the open space, obviously that's where Ken is really, really dangerous. He's extremely difficult to get a hand on, and Andy's strong. So I think sometimes there's guys that are scat backs, so to speak, that get out in open space, but you put a hand on them and they might go down pretty quickly. But Ken, I think, is very unique that he can create and generate that space. Then when he gets into that space, he's very difficult to bring down. He's strong. We have more calls than they do, so there's more concepts and scheme that we can run on an uptick versus what a defense is capable of running. They're not used to making calls fast, and they definitely have those, and defenses always do. I know Detroit does as well, and we have to be aware of that and not think that the whole game plan is going to rely on just going fast. But you certainly can see when teams struggle to line up quickly, and then you can attack.
A guy like that, the blocking schemes and those things, he had so many reps of those. In games like that, when you see unscouted runs and stuff like that, you can react now. He can come back, give you clean feedback. And I feel like he really pushed himself like that. I think he played 33 snaps, and he normally plays probably in the range of like 18 to 22, and like to take on that, he's done a great job for us. The next step is like just carry on being who we are, and I know that's like such a cliche thing to say, but there's a lot of areas we need to grow, and I think that's just the evolution of what we're trying to become, the system that we're trying to be in, and the style of play that we want to do. So I think the next step is just really embracing the process even more. You know, like this league's about constant improvement. You know, because someone's gonna attack the system a certain way. They put a copycat route out there, or they put a copycat play out there. Someone's gonna do the same play against you, expose the same weaknesses, and how you deal with that and how you grow in that while still playing with the play style. So to me, like, to answer your question, it's really like embracing the process, and I think the guys are doing that day by day. You know, just got to stay in it day by day.
All right, so there you go, and you can see that today was a walkthrough for the team, and something that Mike McDonald likes to do to slow down the wear and tear. So they go through a walkthrough today. Tomorrow they'll probably be back in practice, but again, it'll be light, right? As I said, as they'll prepare for the game. And then as for the injury report, really no changes there. Tariq Hall and also Anthony Bradford went from non-participants yesterday to full participation today. Again, it was a walkthrough, so you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt. And then, it's obvious why they signed Bohanna, just because of the injuries, to Leonard Williams and also Byron Murphy. And again, it's a good sign that both of them are not on the injury report. Not on the injured reserve. So that is good. So that means they'll be, kind of week to week or day to day, if you will. And then in the locker room today, it was kind of quite nice. I sat down with Devin Weatherspoon, sat down and had a long discussion with him, because one of those things we talked about was just that, his film study and how he plays so fast. And, he said, look, his technique is that he watches the film, right, to see tendencies, and then he really sees where the receivers are lined up, and then kind of takes a look at down and distance, and then figure out the route concepts. And you mirror all those three things, and he said he does that so that he can play fast. He said, the other thing is that he doesn't like to overdo it. And I said, okay. So he said, the film, the route concepts, down and distance, in terms of the idea so that he can play fast. And then I asked him about his relationship with Mike McDonald, and he said they really do, because they kind of think the same. And said, I like to have an idea of what coach is going to think, so that, I can see how he's calling it, and then kind of what he's trying to do out there. And that's why you see, a lot of different players do that, like Witherspoon, Julian Love is the other one. And also, we've talked and heard from Terrell Dodson. So Mike McDonald's defense got some players that really understand what he's trying to call here. And by that, they've done the film study, then they process it, and then they can play fast. The other player I had a discussion with today was DK Metcalf, and we kind of laughed a little bit. I asked him, I said, you look much freer this year. What is it? And he said, hey, it's just about, growth. He said, it's really about growth. He said, I've been here, I've seen the Bobby Wagners and a lot of these guys come and go. And then part of that is just, he said, it's maturity. And we laughed a little bit, and I said, well, my man, that sounds like wisdom. So as I said, today, really got a chance to talk to some of the players one-on-one, and, I'm able to kind of give you, what that was like inside. So that's really it from the VMAC in Renton. I'm Asvita Mariota for the CascadiaSports.net report.